This is OnePlus Bike. Today I'm rebuilding my Fox Float RP23 rear shock. This might seem obvious, but you want to start by removing the shock from your frame. I used this shock on my 2008 Santa Cruz Superlight, so it only takes 4 bolts to take it out. On the rear mount, there is a bushing that can prevent the shock from being removed. Just use something to push it out the other side, and you're ready to start your rebuild. This shock, for being as old as it is, has held up well, but is obviously overdue for some service. Let's get started. This is a Fox factory rebuild kit. I will put the kit number in the description of the video for you. The first thing you want to do is release the air from the shock. If you forget this step when you unscrew your air sleeve, it will shoot off and likely cause damage. I just used soapy water and some soft bristle brushes to clean up the shock before disassembly to avoid getting dirt inside the shock itself. Wipe the shock down with a clean rag or paper towel, and then you can loosen your air sleeve. I was able to get this by hand, but if you can't, you can use a strap wrench to get a better grip on the sleeve to remove it. It's a normal thread, so lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Inspect the shock for any damage or abnormal wear and tear. Mine looks good with no scratches or excessive wear. Use a pick to take out the air seals. I started with the air sleeve. There are 3 O-rings to remove from both the air sleeve and the shock tube. As you can see here, the white rings are split for the shock tube. These have to align and are cut at an angle to ensure they are seated properly. Just make sure you have them aligned after installing. Put some air shock lube that came with the kit on all the seals as you install them. Make sure you put a good coat of lube on both the inside and outside of the ring. Install the rings in the same order you remove them. Install the white seal first on the air sleeve. With these, you have to make a little taco shape in order to get them in. It's tricky, but you'll have to sort it out yourself. As you can see, the second white seal is a little more difficult because there's less room. I had to spin it as I used the taco technique to get it seated properly. Once I had it started, I just worked around the seal with my thumb to seat the rest of the seals. The last seal is the dust cover on the air sleeve. This one went really easy. Put the air sleeve back onto the shock tube, making sure to not force anything. It should slide on with only mild persuasion. Put about a nickel-sized drop of lube into the chamber. I turned my rebound to the slowest setting and compressed the shock so I could thread the air sleeve back on. This worked pretty well. Put a little bit of lube on the shock tube before cycling it a couple times. Then make sure you wipe this off before you actually go and ride so dirt doesn't stick to it. Then I put the smaller O-ring on to be able to set your sag when you install the shock again. This is not a normal part to do. My bushing came out of my shock tube because mine is an older one. This isn't supposed to happen. I just put some Loctite on it and put it back in. And that's it. Reinstall your shock while putting a dab of Loctite on the end of each bolt to ensure they don't rattle free during your next shredding session. Wipe it down and you are ready to inflate your shock, set your sag, and get riding with it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the OnePlus Bike channel if you are interested in how to become a professional mountain biker. If you have any tips or tricks for rebuilding this shock, leave a comment.